Unless you're making like a friends list on it or something. I don't know. I actually don't have a clue how Discord works. All right. So what is it you're wanting to test, Wisconsin? I know you said everything, but I'd like to be a little more specific. No, what happened?
What's up, buddy?
Armor and speed. Okay. I can already tell you the armor is not super reliable, but it's just as good at side scraping because it still has the same side armor and profile. Third armor can pull off some extremely troll bounces around the side and the mantle, but otherwise it's not reliable. Upper plate, gun depression wise, it's reliable, but and then lower plate's stupid. Lower plate's hilarious. Here, start with the drag race on the runway. Give you an idea for its acceleration and speed.
Yeah, so you never answered my question, Wisconsin. Are you Jameis or are you friends with Jameis?
Right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Because I'm really curious. Wait, I've got an idea. I know how to figure this.
And I'm up top speed now. Keep in mind, I took coke off my crew or my tank right now just for the sake of not losing 20,000 credits. Kind of low at the moment.
I'm so confused right now. Where's that message that he sent? So bizarre.
Hey, Mantix, Wisconsin says he's not, and he, like me, doesn't know what you're talking about. You want to try the Ridge?
He's what, sorry? I didn't get that.
He says he doesn't know what you're talking about with Jameis or whatever.
He doesn't know what I'm talking about. Alright, I see how this is going on. Fair enough. Maybe I was seeing things. Alright, how do I join you? I want to see this. Can't join now.
Right now, we're in team training, just testing out M60 versus.
Yeah, no. Alright, fine. You go and play, and then once you're ready, we'll help Wisconsin, who's not Jameis, because why would he be? Get his.
Wisconsin. Right now, I'm using my full gun depression, so the upper plate's really strong, but only when you're using full gun depression or angling pretty substantially. Lower plate's going to be easy pin since you're aiming up at it. However, say we're around a corner, I'll go use. Do we have a rock around here? We do not. Okay, well, yeah, we can use that. Yeah, say this is another good thing about it. My upper plate might be a weak point, but say I'm at this corner, there's someone waiting for me where you are. You can simply stick your front out like that, and you can really well bait shots. Oh, wait, actually, this is still ridgy, so it's going to be a little weaker. More likely, if I'm on a ridge like this, I'll just do this. And then, yeah, you get the map, American spaced armor, and I've got shots at you all at the same time. And then every time you fire,
what's spaced armor?
Straight to you, and then back to
M60?
the magic American tracks.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
And then Cupola, you can see it's obviously a rather big target. Funny thing is, if you shoot right on the very edges of it, it's actually incredibly well armored. Like if you hit right near the edges of it. So yeah, that when you're moving back and forth on a ridge and they're making a point of shooting at your Cupola, you can not only bait shots in the missing, but if they hit near the outside, it'll ricochet off. Makes it kind of hilarious because everyone goes for your Cupola constantly. Yeah, Mantle was also pretty dang tough as long as they actually hit it. Not impenetrable. If you hit near the center of the mantle, it'll usually go through. like next to the gun. I think it'll always go through with that tank, or pretty much always. Yeah. But if you hit towards the outside of the manual, it'll bounce. The gun will bounce. The outsides of the turret will pretty much always bounce. So if you're like moving in and out of cover, like side scraping, for example, and they shoot the outside of your turret, it just ricochets off. Turret ring as well is kind of like the 402. It's a weak point, but if you shoot the outside of the turret ring, it goes straight or just ricochets off. If you're aiming like when you hit the outer part of it. Yeah. This is what I mean. Its armor is not reliable. Like, it's kind of like the 402 in that, well, it's actually worse than the 402 in a way, but at the same time, it is just really, really strong for no reason.
Oh, come on, that's not true. It's more like a Leo. It doesn't have armor, dude. In practice, it just doesn't.
No, it's less like the Leo, because the Leo doesn't have armor, but it can pull off troll bounces. This thing does have armor until the enemy actually shoot a weaker point, which a lot of it is weaker points, don't get me wrong, but like he's demonstrating here, if you shoot the mantle anywhere except right next to the gun, it bounces off. If you hit towards the outside of the turret, even the cupola, if you hit towards the outside, it'll ricochet off. The lower plate will bounce shots at angles. The upper plate will bounce shots when using the gun depression. The side armor is incredibly tough. It has weak points, but it's, especially when it's back and forth or running around at 60, it's not super easy to hit those weak points.
No, the whole thing is a weak point, dude. Honestly, the only thing that's good about this thing is the lower plate. It was just absolutely hilarious.
You realize
how easy it's
shot me. Wisconsin has just shot me like 12 times in a row in different areas, and every single shot has bounced off, except the one I told him where to pin. There you go. And now he's shooting slightly down at me, and the lower plate is bouncing about 1 and 2 shots.
Tell him to RBRT, then everything goes in.
No, because I've had a lot of people RBRT, and then it's just magic right into the mantle, ricochet.
Okay, maybe I'm just super unlucky then.
Again, don't get me wrong. Tank does not exactly have good armor, but its armor is way better than the tanks that have no armor, like the Leopard, like the Batchat. It's way more trollish than that. Still, like, a lot of the turret's a weak point. The upper plate's a weak point on flat ground. The lower plate's usually a weak point unless you're angling or aiming down at you. But everything that's a weak point on the tank, except for some parts of the turret, are also on the tank in different angles. So, 30B. I don't have a 30B. Unless you're saying you want me to play the M60. Oh, you're saying it's like the 30B in that regard. Yeah. That it doesn't really have armor, but at the same time, it bounces a ton of shots because it kind of does have armor. You're right. Good comparison. I do.